Where's the financial section?
I have it here.
Do you mind?
Just a minute, Alan, when I'm done doing the crossword with the puzzle on the back.
I'm sorry, that's not a request, Tracy. I don't have all day.
Alan, she's pregnant.
It doesn't give her a right to tear up the paper.
It's a 5-letter word for pain in the neck.
Tracy.
Alan.
Good morning. I'm Hal Carlson, Mohawk Insurance. I believe Dr. Monica Quartermain is expecting me.
Yes, I am. Please, come here.
I'll be the rep for the insurance company in this malpractice case.
Ah, well, we have a lot to discuss. Everybody, this is Mr. Carlson. He's a representative of the insurance company. What do you do?
Mr. Carlson?
I think we'll have more privacy in the den.
Dad, has Mom got a good lawyer yet?
Well, the hospital has its own counsel, but we're looking into getting a lawyer for her to handle her case privately. I think it's going to be okay. I mean, your mother has a very good record and a fine reputation. I'm very optimistic about it.
So, tell me. Thank you. What have you learned?
Well, enough to get the picture. I spoke with Steve Hardy and the hospital lawyer, and I've reviewed the malpractice allegations brought by Nikki Langton.
And?
And I'm afraid you're in for more serious problems than you realized.
Hey, guys.
Good morning,
Jason, grandmother, Mother,
Good morning.
Uncle Alan. Hi.
I was just going to tell Mother about my plans for redecorating the nursery.
Can I get you?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'd love to tell you all about it.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to us?
Yes. I'm going to take 2 of the rooms in Paul's and my bedroom suite and turn them into a room for the baby and a room for the nanny. It's just wonderful having our own wing to ourselves. It makes Paul and me feel like we're in our own private world.
When the baby wakes up every 2 hours to be fed, you'll find out how private it is.
2 hours?
Only if the baby takes after you, Tracy. Now, Alan slept all through the night, from the very beginning.
I could never get over your incessant crying, Tracy. This is unbelievable. I think I'm permanently scarred in my psyche from you whining.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jenny, dear, you might be able to give Tracy some hints on decorating.
Oh, Lila, I think that Tracy has very definite ideas of her own.
Tracy does. But then again, maybe I could pick your brains.
Be my guest.
Well, actually, I've got a little problem. The layout isn't quite right. First, let me explain to you exactly where Paul and I sleep together.
I don't think that's necessary. Why don't you just tell me what the problem is?
Okay, here's the problem. The nanny's night off. When Paul and I are in bed together and we're... Well, the door is shut. I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to hear the baby down the hall.
Why don't you just leave the door open a little?
She wouldn't want to do anything quite that simple. I think Tracy's thinking more about knocking down walls or rearranging rooms.
Oh, Alan, you're exaggerating.
No, it's not.
Tracy, why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? Why don't you just keep your door shut and get a baby monitor?
Simple thoughts from simple people. What would I do without you?
What's a baby monitor?
Well, it's sort of like an office intercom, only you leave it on all the time. You keep a receiver box next to your bed, and then the sender box is next to the crib. And the baby won't peep without you hearing it.
Or poop.
Don't be vulgar, Ned.
Oh, I forgot. Paul's baby will come out already potty trained. Actually, I could use that baby monitor to eavesdrop on Paul's business dealings. Which reminds me, I haven't heard from Romero since that cocktail party. Thank you. Oh.
What are you two whispering about?
Actually, we were just discussing Monica's malpractice suit. I sure hope that scandal doesn't interfere with ELQ business.
How can you be so callous?
Don't get me wrong, Alan. I'm concerned for Monica.
You're concerned about your stock.
Aren't you?
How could I possibly be thinking about something like that at a time like this?
Well, I'm sure you will appreciate your ELQ dividends more if Monica, God forbid, ends up losing her career.
By your own admission, there were problems with the initial surgery. Now, it's quite possible that that will come out in court.
Yes, I understand that.
On that admission alone, you could be found guilty of wrongful death.
Go on.
Well, in that case, the insurance company would be obligated to pay the settlement.
I suspected as much.
That's not all. It's your prior relationship with Langton and the fact that you continued to treat him. Now, if the plaintiff were to learn that, it could seriously affect the judgment against you.
What do you mean?
Well, in addition to wrongful death, you could be found guilty of gross negligence.
This is beginning to sound worse than the initial charge itself.
For you, it could be disastrous.
How?
Well, gross negligence would up the ante. But the insurance company isn't obligated to cover that.
What are you saying?
Nicky Langton could come after your personal assets. Your savings, even your house.
I could lose everything?
You make one more remark about Monica, I'll personally see to it you're thrown out of the gatehouse.
Alan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Ned, I know you didn't mean to come down hard on my mom.
Of course not.
Ned, let's go.
No, I'm not ready to go yet.
Well, we're all very much ready for you to go.
Really? Well, why don't we take a vote on that?
Oh,
Who would like me?
Stop it, all of you.
I haven't said a word, Mother.
Then you're a very good little girl. Alan, Ned, you come here, please. Now then, listen to me. From this day forward, you are to give Monica your full support and nothing else. Is that understood?
May I have your permission to say something?
Since when did you ask permission to say anything?
I was the first person to tell Monica that Nicky Langton was not to be trusted, but certain people who shall remain nameless said I was a troublemaker. Now, I went way out on a limb for Monica out of my loyalty to her. I rest my case.
Your Honor, the witness has just perjured herself.
I object.
What does that mean?
Look, I don't like what Nikki's doing to Mother either. But you're being a little too hard on her. She just lost her father.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
It's true.
Do you believe in the Tooth Fairy, too?
Stuff it, Tracy.
Aunt Tracy to you.
How did the meeting go?
Mom, what is it?
Well, in a nutshell, Mr. Carlson has informed me that if I am proven guilty of gross negligence, which it looks like I could be, I stand the chance of losing everything, including the house.
This is your fault, Monica.
Oh,
This is your fault. I warned you that Nicky Langton was not to be trusted, but you refused to listen to me, and now me and my unborn baby have to suffer
Tracy, shut up.
Stop telling me to shut up. You always say shut up when I say something you don't want to hear.
open up your
You
mouth
don't like
forever.
that I'm right. You're right.
Quiet. We have a guest.
Oh.
Hi.
Your maid opened the door for me and said that I should come in.
Everybody, this is Karen.
Another patient of Monica's come to stay?
hello, Karen.
Hello.
Hi, I've seen the two of you at the hospital. I'm a volunteer with Jason.
That's nice.
Well, excuse us. We have a test to study for.
Okay.
Anybody want to jump on the real estate section?
Don't you have any compassion?
All right, Alan is the conscience of the family.
Dad, can we go now?
Why is Monica paying these outrageous malpractice premiums if she's not going to be protected, Alan?
She will be protected, dear.
How can you be so calm, Grandmother? We might lose the mansion.
AJ, if we can't live here, we'll live somewhere else. You know, I remember many years ago when your mother threw us out of the mansion, we were forced to live at Kelly's. I loved it. It was so quaint and charming.
That's not how I remember it.
How do you remember it, Dad?
It was a nightmare.
You were living at Kelly's, too?
Yes?
What happened? Mom needed some space?
Well, I could empathize with that.
I thought you said this wasn't going to be a problem.
Don't snap at me.
Well, then make up your mind.
This could be another nightmare.
It's not going to be a nightmare, AJ. I have high hopes for your mother's case. I'm very optimistic.
Well, what if you're wrong? I mean, I had people coming over for the Memorial Day regatta this summer, and if Mom loses the house, well, I'll have to cancel.
Don't worry, AJ. If Monica loses the house, You won't have any friends.
Well, why don't you explain to him what that's like, Ned? You certainly know firsthand.
Why don't you stop picking on Ned? This is your fault.
What are you talking about? What did I do?
You gave Monica the deed to the house, and that was your second mistake. The first one was when you married her.
If it wasn't for Monica's generosity, you wouldn't even be living in the house.
Do you know what it's like to live here with you and Monica?
Hey, then get out.
I will when I'm good and ready. You know, this is really the only home I've ever had. And I guess this room would be the heart of it. You can redecorate, you can change all the furniture, but you can't change the memories. Remember the day we moved in here? The day we brought you home from the hospital. So much has happened in this room. Fights, making up, laughter. I know I may have to leave this house, but the memories will never leave me.
Doesn't matter where we live. As long as we're together, we're a family, Monica.
I know, I'm just dreading what's up ahead.
We're not going to lose the house. And I'm going to be with you every step of the way.
Me too, Mom. And Jason, I'm behind you.
Thanks. Okay, look, guys, no tears and no more talk, and I'll see you both later.
What are you going to do?
Something I should have done a long time ago.
What are you doing here?
Ruby let me in. I didn't think you'd mind, since it didn't bother you all those times you went rummaging around my room all by yourself.
What do you want?
I want to get a few things straightened out with you, Nikki.
Well, this is about the lawsuit. You should be talking to my lawyer.
No, it isn't. No, this is about you and your father. I want you to listen to me. Nikki, I know you loved your father very much. I also know it was a terrible blow for you when he died. But filing a lawsuit against me and against the hospital is not going to bring him back.
You know, so many people loved my father. He didn't deserve to die. Somebody has to stand up for him.
You're right, Nikki. Your father didn't deserve to die. But he wouldn't want you to do this.
How could you possibly know what my father would want?
Nikki, this lawsuit is wrong. It is all wrong. You filed legal action to make up for the pain of your father's death.
That's not why I did it. I'm suing you because you killed him.
Nikki, your father did not die of negligence or incompetence. He had excellent care, and you know that because you were there.
Save it for the courtroom.
Please, please change your mind. For the sake of the hospital. Look, if it's money you want...
No, this isn't about money.
You know, Nikki, winning a malpractice suit is not easy. In fact, it can be damn near impossible. You're going to have a tough time finding a reputable doctor to testify against me, let alone against a fine hospital like General.
You don't scare me. And the lawsuit shouldn't scare you. Unless you have something to hide, that is. Do you?
I'll see you in court.